In the quiet village of Amakohia in eastern Nigeria lived a young woman named Ngozi, a humble, beautiful, and intelligent girl known for her radiant smile, even in hardship. Her father, Palmadu, was a poor palm wine tapper struggling to make ends meet. Her mother had died years ago, and Ngozi became the caretaker of her two younger brothers. Every morning, she walked miles to fetch water, sell vegetables at the market, and still found time to teach little children under the mango tree for free. One day, her father came home with shocking news. Ngozi, my daughter, you will marry Afani, the son of old Mama Nena from the next compound. Ngozi was speechless. Papa, I don't even know him, she cried. But Pa Madu was firm. The family's debts were rising, and Mama Nena had promised to cancel all his debts if Ngozi married her son. Everyone in the village knew Afani as a poor, quiet carpenter who never spoke much. He lived in a small mud house and wore the same faded shirt almost every day. Ngozi felt cheated by fate. Her friends laughed at her, saying, Ngozi, you used to dream of marrying a rich man from the city. Now see your husband. With tears, she accepted her father's decision. The traditional marriage was small but colorful. Palm wine flowed, drums beat, and villagers whispered behind their hands. She married a poor man. Pity. After the wedding, Ngozi moved into Afani's tiny home. It had no electricity, and the zinc roof leaked when it rained. But Afani was kind, humble, and strangely mysterious. He often disappeared for days, claiming he had gone to buy wood from another town. Ngozi didn't ask too many questions. She was busy cooking, washing, and managing their small life. Months passed, and one night, Ngozi noticed something odd. Afani returned late, his shirt dusty, but there was a faint scent of expensive cologne. The next morning, she found a gold wristwatch under the bed, worth more than their entire house. When she confronted him, he smiled calmly and said, Ngozi, it's for a customer. Her suspicion grew. A week later, Afani told her he was traveling to Enugu for business. Ngozi, lonely and curious, decided to visit her friend Amaka, who worked as a maid for a wealthy businessman rumored to live in a big mansion on the outskirts of town. When she arrived, she nearly fainted, standing at the balcony of the mansion, wearing designer clothes and giving instructions to security guards. Was her husband Afani? Ngozi froze, her mouth open. Amaka was equally shocked. Ngozi, that's your husband. Ngozi hid behind a palm tree, watching as Afani entered a black SUV escorted by police officers. He wasn't a poor carpenter at all. He was the mysterious billionaire owner of Afani Holdings, a man who had built his wealth secretly after escaping a family betrayal years ago. Heartbroken and confused, Ngozi ran home and cried all night. When Afani returned days later, she confronted him. Who are you really? She shouted. He sighed and said, Ngozi, I wanted a wife who would love me for who I am, not for my money. Every woman I met in the city saw me as a bank. You were different, humble, pure, real. Before Ngozi could reply, there was a loud knock at the door. Police officers stormed in, shouting, Mr. Afani, you are under arrest for fraud and money laundering. Ngozi screamed as they handcuffed him. He looked at her with tears and whispered, Trust me, my love, it's not what it looks like. Days later, the whole village buzzed with scandal. Ngozi's husband is a billionaire criminal, they whispered. But then came another twist. A breaking news report revealed that Afani had been framed by his own cousin, Chaik, who wanted to take over the family company. Evidence showed that Chaik had transferred stolen funds under Afani's name. Afani was released, and his cousin was arrested. The story spread everywhere. The poor carpenter of Amakohia is actually a billionaire. Reporters flooded the village. Cameras flashed. The same villagers who once mocked Ngozi now bowed to greet her. Soon, Afani took Ngozi to the city, where he introduced her to a new life of luxury. He built her a mansion in Enugu and named it Ngozi's Grace Villa. But the biggest twist came months later. Ngozi discovered she was pregnant, and Afani threw a grand celebration, inviting everyone from Amakohia. However, just when life seemed perfect, a woman appeared at the party. Adaora, Afani's ex-fiancée from Lagos, holding a baby and claiming that Afani was the father. The guests gasped and Ngozi fainted. The scandal made headlines. For weeks, the media dragged their names through mud. But after a DNA test, it was revealed that Adaora had faked the entire story for money. the baby wasn't Afani's. In the end, Ngozi forgave Afani, realizing that love had tested them both in ways they could never imagine. From a poor village girl forced into marriage, she became the beloved wife of one of Nigeria's most powerful men. A love story born in poverty, but crowned in mystery and grace. As Afani said in the final scene, holding her hand under the stars, sometimes life hides blessings in disguise. The man they said was poor gave you riches, and the marriage they forced became your destiny.